Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Yo, this story here is crazy. It's scary. Like I was just like, what the hell is going on here? In Columbus, Ohio. So just let me say this here. I remember years ago there was a crazy man that lived in Cleveland. Remember? He was kidnapping women. Y'all remember? He had them in the house. Yes, these women was missing for a very, very long time. You know, and it was crazy because he was getting away with so many of them. So that story scared me, y'all. I was like, oh my God, this is just not happening. But I remember, I don't know what's up with Ohio. Like, I'm not, listen, I ain't got nothing against y'all, but y'all got some crazy people over there. And he was kidnapping girls, like women, right? He was a crackhead. You know, so the women that was going in there, they was getting high too. But they was going in, but they just wasn't coming out. And it's weird because the whole block would smell, had a smell to this house. Like, you know, like, this house stank. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just the house, the area stank. That's how bad it was. Y'all, it was so damn bad that the whole area was smelling. Like, I don't know how these people living over there, but I know daggone well that's crazy. So it was a sausage factory on the corner. So what they did was they blanked the sausage factory and said that, you know, y'all, you stinking up the block, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the sausage factory, you know, had people come in to change the filters and all of that stuff there, and guess what? It was still smelling. You know what I'm saying? And the moral to the story was he was kidnapping women. No, wait, we ain't finished with the moral of the story. That's it, y'all. So one of the women that had got in there, this one here, I think she did pass away. I think he got her when she went to go inside the house, right? Mm-hmm. It just went crazy. When he got her upstairs, she already knew, like, it was donezo. So she jumped out the window, y'all. She jumped out the window, stock. When I say nothing, at nothing, y'all. Do you know? The cops came, right? And made her. He came out with some old story like, my girlfriend and us just had a fight and she tripping or whatever. And they literally gave her back to this guy. Like, what? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that, y'all. Like, how? A woman done jumped out of the first, second, like the third floor, second or third floor window. It doesn't even matter. Like, it's just crazy. And she stopped. Nothing. And the police come. And you is tussling with this lady, trying to get her to go back in the home because she ain't got, and you done did what you did. You know what I'm saying? And when the police come, how can the police allow? I don't give a damn if he would have said that's my daughter. I wouldn't give a daggone if he said that is my girl and we just going through it. No. And no. First of all, she ain't got no clothes on. Secondly, she's telling you that he's crazy. Like, you know, he's a you know what I'm saying? He's a dirty demon. So, what is this? How could you leave her with this lunatic? So anyway, she gets back into the house. She's done so. So now the last woman that, you know, went in there, she was from the streets. You feel me? They all was from the streets, but she was from the street. She was about that. She was about that life. You hear me? So she got up in there. I don't know how the hell she, like, for real. When she went in, she said she looked, right? And it was a person sitting there. in the living room because she peeked. She took her head and she looked over, and she said, "Huh? You know how you do a double take? You're like, what? What? Wait, what? This was missing. This was missing. So you already know, like, what you do right now? Just wild out, wild out, wild out. That record right, wild out, because you already know, like, you done seen this here. So we ain't walking no more, bro. Like, so I guess she was just like, you know what? It's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. So they got, I think he had like punched her or whatever, and they got to scrap it. She was scrapping. She knew, like I said, God, it was only God, because she already knew in her mind that it was lights out for her if he would have got her any further in that house. You understand? Because when, like I said, she just walked in and the living room was right there. She turned her head. It was like, what the hell? Wait, what? Like, I ain't gonna lie, because if I'd have seen something like that, I probably would have thought it was a dummy, you know, like, because I've never seen anything like that, so it probably would have been like a dummy, like, you know, I just could not believe that there, and I don't know, but anyway, she escaped, and come to find out, this man had, oh my goodness, y'all, he had bodies in the basement, he had bodies in the, he has so many bodies. He could not store any more of them. He had them in the crawl space. He had them in the attic. He had them in the backyard. He had them all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? He had the bodies all over the place. Like, what the... And in the whole area. Just the crazy part, the whole area smelt it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he did bury some in the backyard, but you know, he didn't like bury them. He just like a shallow grave. Like what? He had like a shallow grave, so you're gonna smell it. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand the neighborhood. Like, you know, like, how did y'all continue on smelling this hand? And I'm gonna be real. If you walk past the person's house, if they could smell, just think about it. If they could smell it in the neighborhood, like for real, if you could smell this here so bad to where y'all had to call the city on this here me house, that it's that bad, there's no way that you walk past this man's house and not smell that. You know what I'm saying? If it's that bad to where you had to call the city to try to, like, you know, get this me house, which ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would sue them, because if he spent a lot of money because he thought it was, he really did thought it was him. He was like, yo, what the hell? Because they smelt it too, like, you know. So it was just crazy. So I don't know what's going on in the whole Ohio. Like, why is there so many, like, mass, you know, crazy people there, like, for real. So anyway, we got one here. It says homicide investigator launched after 3 women found deceased in a home in Columbus, Ohio. Now, to me, I don't know about that, because they're gonna have to find out if they were all deceased at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna have to see if these women was all deceased at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. 3 women. So do we have another one here? Do we have another lunatic here that's, you know, tricking women to come in there and doing them in? So let's get into this here, y'all, because this is scary. I swear, when I read this here, I was like, oh, Lord, this is like the Cleveland man. Like, this is again in Ohio. What is going on in Ohio? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. What is it? Okay, authorities in Ohio launched a homicide investigation after the bodies of 3 women were found Saturday inside a home in Columbus. Officers was called to a home on the city's south side just before 4 p.m. Saturday for a 911 caller, described as a medical event. Police found 3 women who was pronounced deceased at the scene, according to police spokesman. He said the often the deceased were considered homicide. Yeah, but he did not have further details, including what led up to the offer. In an update released on Sunday, police said that all 3 women had been pow and deceased. The identities of the woman had not yet been released. Unfortunately, there's a very complex scene with amount of victims that we have. Yes, because it's 3. So, I mean, we got to give them time to investigate to see, which I think is kind of like, I think they could tell, they kind of could tell, like, how long, each woman was, passed away. Because, you could tell by the decay and all this other extra stuff. And, matter of fact, they're not even saying, like, how long these women were in the home. They're not saying that. Like, for real, they're not saying how long. Anyway, let's finish reading this here. In an update released Sunday, police said all 3 women had been palled. Unfortunately, there's a complex scene with the amount of victims we have. He told reporters Saturday, "I'm going to take a little bit longer to make sure that we're very careful and going through the scene meticulously so we do not miss any key piece of evidence." That's true, because like I said, was the women, did they do all 3 of them at the same time or one at a time? We don't know. So, I mean, because that's like I said, like, you could be a killer, but then you become a serial killer because you did more than 2. You know what I'm saying? That's called a serial killer. Like, you're a serial killer. You killed more than 1, 2, 3 people. You killed 3 women. So that's a serial killer. So should Ohio be up in arms, and be very careful, about what the heck is going on there? I think so. I really think that, they should be scared right now because they don't know what happened. All they know is these 3 women are in the house, deceased, and by powing. Because I can't see, like real talk. Like, I just can't see, like, me and my homegirls, we walking down the street and, we may see somebody that we know, even though. And they be like, "Oh, come on, come on in," or whatever like that. We ain't doing that. You know what I mean? We're going to talk right here. We're going to talk right here. We talking right here. Because, it just don't seem right to me that 3 women walked in the house and just got palled. You know what I'm saying? That it just sounds, no. It don't sound right. He said investigators were interviewing witnesses and looking for video evidence. Fergus said Saturday that no suspect have been taken into custody. This time of year, any time of year, it's unfortunate when someone loses their life, but particularly of this time of the year. I just got finished telling y'all this here. I don't know what the hell is going on around Christmas. Why so many people is passing away in some type of order or some type of way. During the holidays, it's going to be very difficult for these victims' families to come to grips that their family members will no longer be with them in their lives. You know, that's so true. The person that had called it in, he said it was very traumatizing. Friends of the homicide victim discovered triple homicide scene on south side of Columbia. He said he was traumatized. I guess so. You know, to go like, I think he was like checking on the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the house was empty, and he went there to, let's read it. Okay. WBNS TV reported that the incident marks the second fatal powing in the city south side within a week. On Tuesday, a 45-year-old Daryl Hembrick was found suffering from pow wounds inside a nearby home and passed away at the hospital a day later. A man was arrested Saturday in connection of his demise. Columbus police declined to say whether the two homicide investigators are connected. The station required, how can, like, I'm not saying that it's not connected, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? They saying, like, they're saying homeboy, they said the 45-year-old Daryl Hemlick was found suffering from, pow wounds inside a nearby home, and later was pronounced deceased. But was it in that home? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. If he passed away in a whole different home, I don't think so. I don't think so. And they had an arrest in his connection, in his case. So they're trying to say, is it connected? I don't see how. You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't make no sense. We have 3 ladies that have been powed in a house. I have a small video to show you, because I this wasn't really like telling me nothing, because I'm like, I have a lot of questions, like who was the ladies, first of all? Did they live there? Did they pass away at the same time? We know they all got the same treatment. They got powed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, should Columbus, Ohio be on a lookout for a serial killer, allegedly? I'm just saying allegedly, because they keep saying, like, with homeboy, with Daryl, is it connected? But did Daryl, like, it doesn't make no sense to me. I don't know why they even saying that. I'm being real with you. I really don't understand why they're saying, is it connected? We had 3 women and 1 man. He that was a week before that, that Daryl got pound. Then, these 3 women, and they didn't live there. They didn't live there. They did not live there. I seen it. I seen the video. I'm gonna show you a small snippet of a video, because they didn't live there. So what happened? But anyway, y'all, like I said before, around this time of year, it's so many people that's, passing away, getting hurt around this time. Me, myself, I be very careful around this time of the year. This is the best time of the year, for a lot of people. Christmas is the day. You understand? It's the day. Christmas is very special to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel people should be cautious. You know, I just don't know. I just don't know why this time of year is just so crazy. It really is. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all a small clip, okay? And my hearts go out to the families of all the 3 ladies and what's his name, Daryl's family. You know, that this had to happen around Christmas. This had to happen, period. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just a hot mess. I don't know what's going on in there, Ohio. But y'all ladies, you know, please be careful, because they're not saying, I'm just saying allegedly. They're not saying it's a serial killer, but I'm saying allegedly, because if it's 3 people and, you know, they're all in that same house. They did not live there. They all in that same house. That is called a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to please be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that person gonna stay right there. You know what I'm saying? He could travel into another state or whatever the case may be, you know, or move around, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, my hearts go out to the families. Like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And I'm gonna show y'all a small snippet of a video. Okay, y'all? Just wait for it, y'all. Alright.
Manhunt for a killer is underway after the bodies of 3 women were found inside a home in Columbus, Ohio. Carla Rogner reports.
It was traumatizing.
DeAndre Herndon is grieving the loss of his high school friend, Daryl Hambrick, shot and killed on the South Side this week.
Daryl was a cool dude.
When he found out about Daryl's death, Herndon went to check on his home on South Ohio Avenue, where he made a disturbing discovery inside.
And I had seen Daryl, and I knew he lived here, so I came over here to check on Daryl. When I came in the house, the door was kind of ajar a little bit. So I came in, walked in the house. I seen like a body laying there. That's when I backed up out of there and I called the police.
Officers got there. They obviously contained the scene, and unfortunately, medics pronounced 3 adult female victims that had all passed away.
Daryl Hambrick was killed on Tuesday, about a half a mile from the home where police found the women's bodies on Saturday. Police declined to answer questions on whether the deaths were connected and didn't share details about either homicide.
Anything you can say about why this is such a complicated scene and why the information is so vivid?
Again, it goes back to when you have multiple victims within one scene, there's so many moving parts, because investigators obviously aren't sure exactly of everything, so they want to make sure they have a full picture in their head of what actually happened to piece these things together.
Spending hours on scene, police say they are meticulously going through every piece of possible evidence to try and piece together what happened. In the meantime, DeAndre Herndon is processing the traumatic scene.
It's just an unfortunate situation, you know, just sorry that this happened.